So this is my John Deere 285. It's got a snow blower on it. Basically, I bought it just for the snow blowing. One of the problems is that the snow blower throws the snow on you. So I created a cab. I'll show you what it is. It's 3/4 inch 16 gauge square tubing with under laminate, deck and floor paint, John Deere colored. And the way I did it is I got this rod that makes the snowblower chute turn. That just goes into the cab through a hole in the under laminate. And then I needed the chute to move on its own, so I rigged up this cord. It's the adjustment cable that I got from CarQuest, and basically it's got one of these little things you get over in the help section that holds the cable to the chute, and then a stopper to stop it from pulling out too far when you pull it, and then it's just bolted down here to hold it. And then I just rigged up this little spring effect because the cable only can pull, can't push, so the springs help the chute go back up. Just a L bracket and something that I had hanging around there. It's just bolted on. The cable just goes into the cab right there. The way that I made it is I made this piece of plexi that removes for when the hood needs to open up. Goes around. It has a piece of round gasket on it that I bought from the hardware store. Just put a slit in it with a razor blade, put it on the end of the piece of plexiglass. I got these wing nuts that hold it in place with fender washers that have rubber gaskets on them that holds it on. Now I had to build. The door was made with a gate handle, which can lock right here. You just can put a padlock on it. It's all pop riveted on. The windows are siliconed in after I got done painting. If I want to put gas in it, I just have to move the seat like this. There's my gas tank. On the 285, the handle to lower and raise the snowblower attachment is right here. The old handle that used to hold this in place, I just basically cut it off and welded it to protect the under laminate, and to stop the door from banging around, I got this with a piece of styrofoam gasket on it. To seal up the hood, I also got some gasket that runs along the metal right here. Just goes down along the edges. Now, this is what it looks like inside this footwell. And when we get inside, here we go, we'll get inside here. This is for the chute, it's got where you turn it like this and it unlocks, and then when you turn it like this it'll lock it into position. So you just take it, you turn it, and then you pull out on it and you can lock it in place so the chute doesn't move. See, watch the chute move here. See, it works pretty good actually. Let me see if I can give you a closer up shot of that. Here we go. See, and then that stop color when you get pulled out, so that way you don't pull this handle out too far. That stop color stops you from doing that. So that's in, and like I said, the handle locks it in place. Now this handle, you just basically turn it like this and it makes the chute move back and forth. So you don't have to get out of the cab, and you don't have to make any adjustments. See, now the handle inside, works on the outside one. I just just got, you know, it all pop riveted on there, and there's the door shut. I should have put a piece of flat stock on there with gasket all the way around the door when I was creating it, but you know, this is my first cab, and so I didn't think about it. You got all these bolts that hold on the pack. See, when we painted this, we put our coats on, and then after our last coat, when it started to tack up, we put the plexi in, so it kind of sealed itself with the paint and stuff. Them bolts that are on those washers just kind of tack welded in place. So, and then I got my 12-volt outlet, got a heater up here that basically is just pop riveted to the frame, and that's just, you know, I didn't put it in there to keep me warm. I just put it in there just in case the windows fog up or whatnot. And then you know, and I also got my don't flash and strobe light up top. So basically, you know, it is what it is. Let's give you an outdoor look here. Show you what it looks like here. Somebody that made a comment on it said that the cab looks weird because it's bigger than the tractor, but you know what? It does what it's got to do. So, and then you got that you see that strobe light up on top there. So, but well, basically I started off by building the bottom piece of the frame first, bolting that on. And a lot of people will build their frame to sit on top of the tractor. Well, I built my frame to wrap around the tractor, and there's a couple bolts in it that just hold it in place. One right there. And then you know, so it does what it's got to do, and keeps me dry, keeps the cold wind off of me, and that's good enough. I don't really need heat. You know, this is a liquid cooled Kawasaki motor, and I could have used the heat off that and a school bus heater and, you know, school bus windows, but on a budget, you know, this for 12, 24, 36 feet of square tubing cost me $20.85. I've made 3 trips for that. The underlaminate, I used 3 sheets of that, had 11 something a sheet, so $12 a sheet. You know, silicone I had hanging around, welder I bought off my friend for a trade. It was a little 110 wire feed argon welder. You know, first time welding, I didn't do that bad of a job actually. So she moves her snow, and it's a 285. You know, I looked on the internet for a 285 cab. There's no 285 cabs for sale. John Deere said Curtis stopped making them, and I went on the John Deere website to the parts and found the diagrams for the original cab and saw what that would look like, and didn't really care for the way that looked. So I decided, you know, I couldn't even find a picture of one for sale with a cab on it. Not one single picture of a 285 with a cab on it on the internet, so I decided that I would build one myself. Now the problem is the chute doesn't really go up high enough for my liking, so I'm thinking later on maybe I'll put an electric winch on that or whatnot. So tell me what you think.